talk about the pipeline disaster in 1979?
That was scary. That's when I was baptized under fire and realized that a lot of decisions came down to me, whether I liked it or not. And there was an emergency measures group set up, and we had it set up at City Hall. And really what happened was that a fellow was driving along the roadway, and he went, and it was dead of winter, and it was cold, and there was a mist up ahead, and he thought it was just a snow mist, ice mist, and he went into it. It wasn't. It was a leak from the pipeline that had turned to gas, and he drove into it, and of course his car just went. He was very badly burned. He lived. And then what happened was that all of the experts were telling us what would happen with this gas, that it would do certain things, but it wasn't doing that. And it was going through the sewers. And what was happening is that as the gas was being, from liquid, being gasified, and it was going through the sewer lines, it was just rolling through. And then we were concerned, saying, if this blows up, the whole mill woods will go, because this gas is on now underground all over it. And what people don't realize is that some of the sewer systems there, you can drive a bus through. That's how big they are. And so consequently, with all this gas going down there, but the experts were telling us, no, this will come out. Well, what was happening is that manhole covers were being blown. People in the houses, toilets were, they're not blowing up, but the gas was coming up, and the manhole covers were being blown off. And so we realized, or the emergency people said, this is a disaster waiting to happen. If this ever lights up, this will be an underground fire that'll stretch through all of this underground, and it'll go through houses and everything else. So we evacuated Mill Woods. And of course, they came to me and said, Mr. Mayor, this is what needs to be done. I said, do it. Get the police in there, get the fire department in there, and clean them out. And so this is what we did. And then after, when finally done, and they got the gas line closed down, and we found that even trying to find the information on the gas lines was next to impossible. They didn't have all the information. It wasn't in one spot where you could get to it real quick and so on. So from that disaster, provincially, there's now a system and a plan in places that they know where everything is. Also now, we also know what gas sometimes will do, even though the experts say, no, that's not what it'll do. It did it. And it became just like a rolling thunder down those sewers. And it was very scary, because I could just see a big boom up north in Mill Woods. So it was a scary time. But in the second way is, other than the one person that got hurt, it was a good thing, because it changed so much in the government, in the way with which pipelines were looked after, with which way emergencies and shut-offs and all the rest of it. So there was some very, very important developments happened in those areas because of it.